In this video, I want to show you how to fix page with redirect error in Google Search Console. So if you've had an email from Google Search Console saying new reasons your pages can't be indexed, page with redirect, or you're just in Google Search Console like I am now on why pages aren't indexed, you'll see at the top here you'll get pages with redirect. Now this website has 35 pages with a redirect. And what you need to understand about redirects are they're really important because they stop your website leaving a trail of dead links and URLs around the internet. Essentially, when Google or a browser hits a page with a redirect in it, it simply forwards it from this old URL to a new URL. And then when Google spots this, it reports it in Google Search Console. This is completely natural. Imagine, for example, let's have a look at this page. You change the structure of this URL. Let's say previously it didn't have the Cornwall on the end at the top here, and it was just Crazy Golf. But actually, you updated the page because you wanted to say crazy golf Cornwall, and you put a redirect in. When you try to go to the old URL, it automatically forwards to the new URL. This could happen for any number of ways. If there was a / on the end of a URL that someone had clicked a link on, or you put into your browser, it would automatically go to this centralized copy. Again, if you had www on beginning of a URL, but your website doesn't use www, it should automatically redirect to the correct page. So what this does is it stops two problems. It stops you having a duplicate set of content if someone's trying to access two different URLs, because Google and web browsers will see, for example, this URL without a / and one with a / on the end as different pages. So if you want to stop them being seen as different pages and merge them all, you'd use a redirect. The other way is if you deleted a page, but you didn't want to leave dead links around the internet, or you didn't want to lose any SEO juice and backlinks from a particular page, you could redirect it to a new page. Same being said, if you're merging two pieces of content because you've got very similar pages on a website, you could redirect an old page or redirect one to the other to your preferred URL so that users clicking links, Google, when it's crawling websites, isn't running into dead ends and dead pages. So they're really useful. Now, in Google Search Console, you might see some that you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what I want. That's fine. For example, we have this page here, and you can click the little magnifying glass and go deeper into each error to inspect it. You can see that this original page was how-to-apres-ski / and we actually updated the URL to be apres-ski-guide for a little bit of SEO optimization. So you could see here, if you were to go and grab this original page URL, go and try and get to it on the website, it forwards it to our new page automatically. This is great because it helps our SEO and it makes sure we don't have dead pages. But you can get this error, or you can get other errors flagging if someone has linked to an old page or is linking to a page slightly incorrectly. So, for example, this old URL here at the top is still being linked to from these Pinterest areas, from external links outside our website, and these pages on our website are still linking to the old URL. Now, it's not a problem because users end up on the right page because of the redirect. But if you have too many of these going on your website, it can get really messy, especially if you end up chaining them and you get a link over years and end up with 5 redirects in a row to get from the initial link that's clicked to the end page. That's not great for your SEO. You're losing sort of SEO power through every redirect Google goes through. It might risk dropping off, or it might risk users or more breaks in the chain, and it gets messy and not very helpful. The other things you might see are these little random extra strings, and you're thinking, oh, where is that /1000? Where has this come from? And when you actually go in and investigate in Google's index, you might see that, like, oh, hey, some random website here is linking to that particular page on my website for no reason. And it's actually not really a problem because it's not anything important. But you can see here, if you do have a problem that you're not sure of, you can Google it and you'll usually find Google's support problem. And this is exactly, someone else is struggling with this /1000. And you can see that a product expert said this is not a problem nor an issue. There's no need to panic, and there'll be they've provided a resource as to why or what to do in that situation. So that's always a good option, is to go and Google the particular error if it's popping up a lot. But you can see there's a number of these in this. There's a number of different redirects we've got in this site. Now, to be honest, the easiest way to go and fix these up, say we wanted to get rid of these redirects, you'd go into one of these referring pages on your website, go into those pages and find the offending link and tidy it up to the new URL to get rid of that redirect. It might still show in Google Search Console, but just because Google Search Console is showing it doesn't make it a problem. It's harder to do on external websites unless you have access to the social media or something, but you can tidy them up. But that's why you might start seeing all these sort of random ghost URLs. The other thing you can do is download a tool called Redirection. And you can see behind this website, there's a few things that need tidying up, but you can see that redirect I was talking about here that's actually been implemented. It was actually tidied up and implemented on purpose, so it's meant to be there. But if you wanted to go through and check all the redirects happening on your site and sort of see if there's any you can merge or get rid of, this plugin on WordPress called Redirection is really helpful for you to do that. I can see there's a few errors on this page which we can go and start tidying up. You can see that this, for example, is advising your target should be absolute. You can see here this target URL is actually wrong. We want it to make sure it's an absolute final URL. So to tidy that up, I could go and just find that URL on that we actually want it to be pointing to and make sure we go and tidy it up to the absolute final destination to avoid any problems in there, basically. So I could go through and look at all those, but you should be able to see all the redirects actually active on your site and tidy them up or add more if you want as well. And you can even go through and see the logs of the redirects that have been implemented on your site, view the redirects and make sure that everything's running smoothly. But overall, you want to just make sure that they make sense and that the redirects are working in your favor. A lot of the time, it's not really an error. It's actually useful to stop you having dead pages everywhere around your website and making sure you're passing on users and SEO juice to your final destination efficiently.